the habitat types in our region are often, if we've even got water, in some cases, we just tend to do edge samples and embed samples. So we sort of just had composite samples so that we could compare our samples again with department samples. And then after all of that was done, we used test statistics to compare our data with agency data in the same year and same sub-catchment to see if indeed there was any difference or if they were quite the same. So the first things that we did our habitat comparisons. This was only within NRW data to make sure that if we were to use our data combined as one big lump sample, like we took band, edge, rock, riffle and put it all into one big composite sample, that it could still yield the same results as a composite sample within its own data. So as we can see here, we've got band, edge, macrophyte, riffle, and that's a composite sample. We only found a difference in macrophyte samples when we lumped them together. So we decided that there was no significant difference between lumping them all together as a composite sample to compare with our composite samples. We did include riffle samples in the end because there were not many at all, and we needed all the data we could get in some cases, because in some of our catchments there wasn't much to start with. So that was the first thing we did. And then we did some group analysis. As many of you would know, this is basically the indices that are used in the signal scoring system. As we can see, the actual number, the taxonomical, very different. Pollution index, very different again. But when you used the actual signal set, they're actually the same. Really exciting. So as you can see, this is QMDC data. This is departmental data from the same year in sub-catchments. No difference. It's really exciting. We thought it was. So that was our outcome from what we could gather anyway. And now that we've done this, we've decided to keep going with our time series data. We've developed our guidelines going on 1990s agency data. We've combined all of that data together to give ourselves guidelines for local conditions. I've done this using a 5-number summary, as you can see. And 25th and 75th percentiles are our upper and lower guidelines or trigger values. This is just an example of some of the results we've got. This is McIntyre R1 sub-catchment. The red line there is the median. The green lines are your 25th and 75th percentiles. Just shows that what the scores were. We can see that the median value, which is the value that we ascribe to, if that value drops below the 25th or 75th percentiles or above, then that would indicate to us that maybe that catchment warrants some further attention or a bit of looking at. Same thing again, this is just the water quality data. This is EC in the McIntyre R1. We've done the same sort of thing there. We did actually start from 1991 with the water quality data. So we've got rigorous agency data, we've got community-driven sampling data, and this has enabled us to really get as much data as we can at a local scale. This is just an example of what can happen. This is one of our sites. We can see our WEC results, fairly consistent. We've got a few peaks. Same with our community results. But when you combine the two, you can see a trend. Now what's happened there is there was an industry group that was contributing to the high EC. We showed them these results, and as a result they have agreed to address that wastewater recycling plant. It's a win-win for everybody. So, that's just an example of what can happen. Community empowerment and ownership, as I said. Agency expertise and recommendations. We needed an integrated data management system now. This is where new data comes in, so that we can optimise all resources that were available to us. So, as all of you would know, I'm sure by now, these are some of the features that has made it really good for us. Capacity for other organisations to join. We've had some interest from a few small groups around the area who want to get on. It's just going to get bigger for us. So these are just some of the things that we looked at that are applicable in this system. I think for us, one of the most exciting things is being able to involve many other facets of NRM information into the system. So it just doesn't stop with water quality. And also, yeah, the reason that we're all here, so that we can share our data with everyone else and hopefully paint a picture across many different catchments. It's really exciting. So that's where we're up to. At the moment, we're just in the middle of getting together many land care groups to undertake more training and sampling with more volunteers across our catchments so that we can get as much data as we can. Because at the moment, we're at a scale where we can say paint results for the Mooney catchment or the Weir River catchment, but what landholders want to know is what's going on in Great Creek. They don't care about the whole big, well, they do, but they want to know what's going on in their backyard and what they can do to contribute there, and that's why we need to get many more monitorers. And that's our aim, is to know, to be able to pinpoint exact areas, exact creeks, so that we can set some
How are you funding the actual testing of the analysis of the data?
The actual ongoing volunteer, who's paying for it?
Well, it's an unfunded activity. However, we're getting some base funding support with that as one of the milestones, the supporting the community participation in monitoring.
I think it's great. I mean, we're getting funding for bits, but trying to keep the other going has been really. And I just have as another NRM group. Obviously,
I think each region uses that ME budget for different things, is what we found.
yeah.
Is the state money? There is money.
I think I should just point out too, if I probably have already, is that we're in no way trying to replace the scientific community or the data of what they do. In fact, we rely on it 100%. But we just want to work with that and try and maximise the amount of data and resources that's available.